here, it looks like twilight here, but it's actually nighttime. And in the distance, you hear the dull, thunderous roar of a large waterfall. And distinctly carried on the wind above that dull roar, the sound of singing.
Books it immediately in the direction of that sound. Doesn't even care about what the rest of you are doing.
So wait up! I have to tell you something about Murr.
All right. All of you who ate that dinner will have the benefits of a hero's feast.
God damn it! He was upset. Okay.
I'll add that to your characters in a second.
I can baby bird some to you a little bit later.
What? Damn.
Right.
That's so funny.
So you are rushing as quickly as you can towards the sound of the waterfall. It's about 10-15 minute run. There is a path that leads there. And the trees, you notice, kind of change. You feel the air is a little cooler where you are. And the bamboo forest quickly gives way to mixed deciduous and mainly coniferous trees as you approach and climb the edges of the slopes of this mountain range in front of you. When you arrive, you find yourselves here at the base of a large waterfall. It is nighttime now, and you're arriving on this side of the pond here. On the far side, you see Pookie and Ruth and the spirit kind of dancing. He's just kind of skipping around, and the spirit's kind of skipping around her. And there's this beautiful, almost ethereal song emanating from the two of them. And you see sitting on the opposite rock a small Gerbine woman. And floating, swing gracefully in this basin of about a half dozen large. Like, these are the biggest swans you've ever seen. They're massive. And as you appear, you see Elder Padme turn to you, smile, and just raise a hand to wave. And she gestures for you to approach her.
I assume Soto would get there first, right?
Yeah, if you're booking it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to take very kindly to that gesture, and he's probably just going to... I assume this waterfall is probably really loud, though, right? If he was yelling something, he probably wouldn't be heard, right?
It's pretty loud.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Forget that idea.
And
approach then.
And that's what kind of intrigues you about this. The song that is coming from Ruth.
It's still carrying.
It's still carrying over the sound of the waterfall.
Damn.
Okay, I guess we're approaching the elder over there.
Can I, as we approach, can I take out my dragonfly box and just see if it's reacting to the song the way that it reacts to the Spiritsong?
So your dragonfly, when you take it out, is glowing quite brightly. So a few things are happening here. When you burst out here, you see Elder Padme kind of wave you over. You look at your dragonfly, it is glowing. Kokoro, the feather is burning a hole in your pocket. You can feel it. It's like vibrating and it's generating a ton of heat. The moment you notice that and you reach in, like maybe to touch the box, Pookie turns to look at you. And he's staring right at you.
Oh my god.
The box is hot. Can I even touch it with my hands or no?
Yeah, it is. You can still touch. It's uncomfortable to touch.
Okay.
But it is, yeah. And it's like vibrating, and it's almost as if there's a physical wire that's connecting it and you to Pookie. It's you felt this before in that alley, but this is amplified like 10 times that. It's just like constant. It's like, I don't know if you ever touched like your fridge and stove at the same time. You get that electric current kind of running through your body. It just feels like your whole body's humming right now.
Yeah, shock me like electric feel. Okay, let me. I mean, I'll take out the feather, but I'll hold it tight just to see.
All right. As you take out the feather, Pookie, like Ruth has been kind of running around on a rock in front of him. But Pookie's just kind of been sitting on his haunches at that time. And as you take the feather out, Pookie stands.
The shit again. I call over Old Bog.
Old Bog was right at Soto's right-hand shoulder.
No, Soto's off to quarantine.
Yeah, so yeah, and Soto moves too fast, so Old Bog will turn and catch Kokoro's glare.
Almost like you remember what happened last time
With the thing?
in the alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 5 times that now.
Yeah. Why don't you try putting that thing away?
I
Be a good
can't.
place to start.
I can't put it away. This is just really hot.
Well, maybe you can try.
I don't think that's gonna work. I want to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to try like talking into the feather to see if Pookie can hear me.
Like a walkie-talkie sort of thing. Hello.
Okay. At this point, it's
Hello.
it's the equivalent of dim light here, and you're about 200 feet away at this point from where Pookie and Ruth are. So it's kind of hard to make them out, but it is clear he is now standing, towering over Ruth now, just standing there, and you can tell his eyes are boring into you, and as you talk into your, what do you say to your feather?
I literally just said hello.
Testing.
All right. As you say hello into this feather, and you're holding it in your hand, like it's almost as if you have to hold it with 2 hands to keep your hand steady from the vibration and just the weird sensation that it is just sending through, like right down your. It's as if your whole spine is being rattled right now. It's this really bizarre feeling.
So does anything happen when I talk into it?
No, nothing. Not that you're able to see. I mean, go ahead and make a perception roll. Actually, it'll be with this disadvantage because of the distance and dim light.
Okay. I'll actually just roll it normally, and I'll use one of my Kenku recall things to do it at advantage.
All right. Yeah, you can't see. You just see it's at this distance, and in this light, it almost looks like Pookie. It's just this massive shadow standing on this moss-covered rock on the opposite side of this pond, and all you see are like red eyes just glaring at you.
So Soto and Old Bog went ahead to go over to the other side where like Ruth and Pookie are.
No, with where Padme are.
Okay.
But I couldn't keep up with Soto, so I lagged behind, and now I'm interacting with Kokoro.
Okay. So.
He's here with us.
Okay. What color is this feather?
It's purple.
Okay. I am wondering if. Okay.
Is this your mom?
I have another wild theory.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
a wild theory. Put
Can
that
you-
thing in the box.
I can't. It's just gonna burn through my jacket.
Can you remind me, where did you get the feather? How did it come to you originally?
Stupid, sexy fox lady gave it to me smoking in the alley.
Do we know who the fox lady is or who she's associated with?
She said that it's almost like, oh man, this is so weird to even think about it this way, but like like almost like a sponsor. I don't know. Like she said, like somebody wanted me to have this, and that it was part of my destiny.
Okay. The whole destiny thing is people keep saying this to us that we need to restore the spirit song, that
Mhm.
this is part of the destiny.
Mhm.
Pookie hates it. Guess
Mhm.
what else Pookie hated? The heart knot that Koji was trapped in. This is a feather. The other star connected with Koji was Ruth. Do you think that this feather is supposed to be like a new heart knot and Ruth's spirit would go in it?
That's above my pay grade, Harlow.
Bury that thing. Bury it in the ground.
I don't know what to do with it.
Is it like burning your hand when you hold it? Like, is it?
It's like very fucking warm. Like we're talking out of the microwave. Like
Toasty.
Hot potato.
Straight up, put it under some dirt, hide it under a rock. We can come back and get it, but like, there's no way we can approach them with this. And
Is
I'm
there-
worried about the song
is there-
happening.
is there water nearby? I'm assuming there is, right? Obviously.
Yeah, you're standing at the edge of a big pond. Yeah.
Can I just dunk this feather in and see what happens?
Oh my god.
All right. You dip the feather under the water. It gets wet, but it's still generating a lot of heat.
It's still okay.
Spontaneously combust.
It gets wet.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it in the box.
Okay.
And I don't know. Does anybody have rope or anything I can just tie this to so I don't have to hold on to it?
I think I do. Yeah, let me open up my.
So the bunch of you are kind of hanging back, dealing with this hot potato with a feather. Soto, you
Yep.
rush up to Padme,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just sitting there, super serene, looks at you, and you finally made it. Welcome.
He's probably just going to be out of breath and just say, like, what is the meaning of this? What are you doing with my daughter here?
Look. And she gestures across the pond. You see Ruth kind of standing there with Koji, and Ruth sees you and just start jumping up and down, waving. And you can just see super happy, grin ear to ear.
I don't think he has the heart to wave back at this moment. He's trying to interrogate here. Yeah, he's gonna be just firm with it. I'll ask again. What is the meaning of this?
Can't you see? They're free.
What? No, I don't see. What are you talking about?
The spirit song has been silenced. I've freed Koji.
What does that have to do with Ruth?
He says, I don't know. That beast brought her here.
So you didn't arrange this?
Not Ruth. I had no idea Ruth was going to be here, but I was told that that creature would be in and that you would arrive soon after.
Oh, don't do that.
I know.
Oh.
How long have you been here?
Maybe a couple of days now.
How long have they been here? And he'll.
Oh, actually, maybe I've been here a little longer, anticipating the arrival of everyone else. I was here to keep Koji company until everyone else here arrived.
And does Soto recognize the song that they're singing, or is this like a new one that they haven't done before? Because I know
No,
Ruth has sung a couple times.
You guys, oh, that's what I was going to mention before. When you guys now can hear the song quite clearly, it's the equivalent of being under the Beacon of Hope spell while you can hear this song. it fills you with hope. It fills you with a lightness and calmness. So even despite your anger, Soto, and your insistence on demanding to know what that is, it's slightly tempered by the fact that you can see across the pond that your daughter is safe. She seems to be enjoying herself. This is a peaceful, beautiful environment. And all that kind of sinks in to slightly temper your anger a little bit. But it says, I've been here for, uh, I guess, a couple of months now um, with Koji. Isn't he wonderful? He looks so happy.
I guess he'll entertain and look over and watch them for a little bit.
As you look at Koji, I think something clicks for you. You realize that Padme just admitted to freeing Koji.
Mm-hmm.
And in that freeing, several wardens were killed, including your sister.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn. Yeah, if he makes that connection, he'll just plainly ask, why did you free him? Do you know what you've done?
I know exactly what I've done.
Why? Explain to me why you did it.
Look at him. He is a child. How, when I discovered the true nature of the Spiritsong, as brought to my attention by Professor Silverberry, I could not live with myself. I could not. How could I allow the spirit of a young, innocent child to be trapped for eternity within the confines of the Joe Iver tree? That's unconscionable. So I set him free. And look how beautiful it is. And Professor Silverberry also mentioned that you would arrive here soon afterwards, and that you would ensure that this would never happen again. So I would ask you, what are your intentions?
My intentions are to take my daughter and go home.
And most certainly, I have no need for Ruth, but I've never heard such a beautiful voice as your daughter. It's truly unique.
And freeing the child, that's why you abandoned your post to be here this whole time?
I could think of nothing more important. The spirit song is a lie. It was a lie. The entire Dreamwood was duped into thinking that this was the source of our peace and that we had to have it, but at what cost?
You speak of costs, but you don't know what you've done. You don't know how many have been affected by what you did here.
I have freed us. I freed the Dreamwood. Do you not feel it?
How does keeping him here help anything?
Keeping him here? I'm not keeping him here. He's free to go and do whatever he pleases. The Dreamwood is his home. He has spent the last 1,000 years in captivity, a prisoner. And she sees the rest of your group kind of fumbling around with something at the, a little further back on the trail.
Oh, there, yeah.
It says, I'm curious though, how will you end this and ensure the spirit song is never brought back?
You pose a good question. Whose right was it to bring it about in the first place?
Precisely. And I'll say by this time, the rest of you have made your way up to where Soto and Padme are. And you can hear all from this vantage point a little bit more clearly the almost ethereal voices of Ruth and Koji singing. And it doesn't take a perception check to realize that it is 90% Ruth. It's her voice you're hearing.
Mm.
And it would seem that Koji has taught her the Spiritsong.
Soto's going to ask Padme, I need to get over there. Tell me, how can I get over there?
No. I will ask the creature to bring your daughter to me. I don't want you to rush over there and frighten Koji. Koji is still quite shy after having, and a little confused, to be honest, after having been trapped for such a long time.
Fine. Do what you will. Just please call them over here.
She looks over across the pond at Pookie and just kind of waves him over with a smile. You can see Pookie in his massive feathered arms kind of scoop up Ruth. He kind of giggles and kind of buries her face into his feathers. And he takes flight and starts to fly across the pond towards you with Ruth.
I step towards the back of the group.
Okay.
With the box, and I kind of nudge Old Bog to come with me.
Okay, and you see Koji kind of flying a little, about halfway across, just kind of hanging out in the middle there. So you hang out with the box, and this, as Pookie approaches, the feather is going crazy now. It's like full on, almost like a jackhammer now in this box. You cannot ignore it. And you can clearly see as Pookie approaches you, and even in this dim light, he is never taking his eyes off you.
Toggle
And you can
between Pookie and Coco.
And you can see a look of malice on Pookie's face when he looks at you, Kokoro.
Bog turns around and says, "What the heck is going on?"
I have no idea, but it doesn't look good. He doesn't look friendly.
He's just trying to protect Ruth.
Nobody's trying to hurt her.
That feather,
Seems like the feather is.
or whoever would use it for that purpose. We're a threat to her if we have it, if this theory is right.
What do we do? The feather.
Explode it.
With
Leave it back at the
I
box.
can make dynamite.
It's a
Let
feather.
me-
If you want to, you could just rip it up. It's not that tough, right? It's just
It's so much
But-
less dramatic, though.
I suppose. So blowing up is
We don't know. We might need it.
Yeah, we might need it.
We don't know
We don't know.
what's going on.
That
Just
doesn't mean.
Bog will
you
turn
did-
around and said, "Kokoro, just keep your distance."
I got it. I remember last time I was able to kind of, like, he was scared of me. But now he doesn't look that scared. Maybe because Koji spirit is here.
Just keep your distance.
I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang back.
But the feather's in your hand now.
No, it's
No?
where it's like we wrapped some twine around it, and I'm just like holding it like a little bag.
Okay.
In the box, right? It's in the box.
It's
The box
box.
has twine around it.
It's in the box. Yeah,
It's double layered.
yeah. That shit is wrapped the fuck up. Yeah.
Okay. And Padme looks at all of you kind of expectantly now. So how shall we do this then? How can we break the ritual? How can we ensure that no children, like your beautiful daughter here, is ever imprisoned like this again?
Padme, when did Silverberry tell you what was happening?
Oh, this was. Well, we first spoke maybe 4 or 5 months ago when he approached me.
Checks out. Did you know who he was before then?
I'm sorry?
Did you know who he was before you met him?
Who Professor Silverberry was?
Yeah, did you know him like before you met 4 or 5 months ago?
Oh, no. Um, but I only met him briefly, and he put me in touch with the head archivist at the time. Kieran was their name. And they taught me the error of my ways through their research about how the Spiritsong was a ruse, a crime. And I simply couldn't abide it, and I did what I had to do. And Silverberry did mention that you would be here at the end to ensure this never happens again. So, what is it? I've sacrificed much to be here to ensure this.
Including lives.
Lie?
Lives.
Including lives. Well, that's an unfortunate consequence, yes, and I am terribly sorry for that, and I have atoned for that loss of life.
How so?
But hopefully through my actions here today, no other child is enslaved in such a manner.
I think we need to destroy the scroll. I'm going to look at Enid. The scroll. She said, don't let them find them. The song is a spell, and it trapped Koji. If we want to prevent a new Spiritsong from being created, we need to make sure no one can access the scrolls. Right? I'm gonna just look like kind of confused and like not sure of myself. And like I'm looking to you, Enid, for like what do you think?
In our journey, there has been a lot of what must be done, whether at the stars or Silverberry or Kieran or Padme. What is it that we want? Do we want to destroy the Spiritsong? What is the consequence?
I mean, it's already gone. And the consequences, Koji is free. There's potentially undead can be around, but I don't know. Maybe it's easier to say, I don't think it's worth it because I'm not facing a horde of undead armies like they did once. But I don't know.
As you say this, Soto, you are looking at Pookie. Pookie has not let Ruth go yet.
Oh, are they over now?
He's flown over.
Oh Okay.
but he's still holding Ruth tight, and he has not stopped glaring at Kokoro.
So has he landed? Like, is he like in front?
Yeah,
of
he's like right in front of us right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
knowing that, well, he doesn't care. He's gonna try and go over to Ruth and say, "Ruth, oh, I'm here. Please come." Just try to like beckon.
Okay. You see Ruth trying to climb down from Pookie to come to you. Daddy, you came. But Pookie's not letting her go.
That's not gonna fly. He's gonna go up to Pookie and kind of like, you know how you try to like wrench someone's fingers away from something? Yeah.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
He's probably gonna do shit on this, but whatever. Athletics check. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, nat 20. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm adding 5 to this roll. Oh, sorry, 7 to this roll.
Oh shit. Ha!
Ah!
Eat that, Pookie!
We finally rolled somewhat decent this time.
All right. So you pry open Pookie's arm just enough to kind of slip Ruth out from his grasp.
Be like, let go.
He looks angry at that, but he doesn't do anything. He's still glaring at Kokoro.
With that, he'll probably just do a giant like bear hug on Ruth and just say, "Oh, Ruth, are you all right? Yes, I did come. I'm so sorry. I'm never going to leave your side again."
Daddy, I'm okay. Daddy, I learned a new song.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, like she's my new friend, and she points over to Koji. He taught me.
Oh, well, that's very nice. We'll have to talk about it more when we get back home. How about that?
She looks at you and says, "But Daddy, I am home."
No, Ruth, what are you talking about?
I'm home, Daddy. This is where I belong.
No, home is the down below. Home is your papa and I, your siblings, the markets.
That was home yesterday, Daddy. This is home today.
That's gonna make him start to cry. He's not letting go, but he's gonna start to cry.
And you see Pookie's massive clawed hand just kind of come down and rest on Ruth's shoulder. And you're still holding on to Ruth. And Ruth says, I need to stay, Daddy.
No, you can't. If I lose you, I lose everything.
You see, the rest of you kind of look at Padme, who's watching this interaction, and she's saying, wait a sec. What's going on here? Who is this girl? No. I will not allow it. I will not allow this girl to be the new Koji. That is...
You think I would?
You're supposed to be here to stop this. What's going on?
I told you I'm taking her home.
Then go. And Ruth just firmly says to you, Soto, no, Daddy.
No, I don't understand.
I have to stay.
Why?
And she kind of pushes away from you to like try to get you to put her down.
No, please just tell me why. No.
I have to sing, Daddy.
He doesn't know what to do at this point. He's not letting go, though.
Padme's like, no. No, get that girl and go home. Get away from here. This is not what Silverberry said was going to happen. And just
Oh, what did he say?
and he says, "Who is this? What is this creature, by the way? Like, who invited him?"
Why don't you go and ask him?
Koji did. As far as we can tell.
Just,
Guess
she
we
kind
could
of
actually ask.
looks at you and says, You don't have a clue, do you? You're not here to end the spirit song." And you can see anger cross her face then. It's, why are you here?
I already told you.
Why are we here and why were we sent here? Seem to be two different answers these days.
Seems like the only one with an answer is Silverberry.
Crowberry.
Silvermine.
Yeah.
Broberry.
Elder Padme, we were gathered together and told by so many different people, including the wardens, that there was some prophecy that we were supposed to restore the spirit song, but the more that we've learned about it, exactly as you've explained to us, we learned that Koji's spirit was trapped and that there were some very questionable things going on with it, and we've been questioning what we're meant to do and whether it was okay in the first place to do what they did, even if the result was to save lives. We talked about it at the beginning, if we were okay with making the same choice, and we spoke with Witherroot, who started us and told us about Koji in the first place, and we were all pretty judgmental of his decisions, frankly, and he didn't really love that, but I don't think that we want to restore the spirit song, at least not this way. And Soto, definitely, his only goal is to make sure that Ruth is safe. From day one.
Still not letting go.
Yeah. So, Silverberry, who we now think is Bromine in Silverberry costume, sent us here.
Wait, she backs up and says, Silverberry is Cromine, the first necromancer.
Well, I'm pretty sure. You guys feel like you're on board with that theory? I'm gonna look around. Or am I out of my mind? I feel like this is new news.
She looks at Pookie. If that's true, Cromine created Pookie?
Probably. The materials used to make Pookie came from the place we know that Cromine has been hiding the past 24 years. 21 years, sorry.
And now she's looking a little sus at Pookie. Historically, go ahead.
When Pookie reached out to touch Ruth while Soto is holding Ruth, Bog stepped towards Pookie in a aggressive way.
He doesn't seem to care. His focus, he's got his one hand on Ruth, but he has never let his gaze falter from Kokoro.
I don't know if you guys remember the conversation that we had with a root, but he did mention that Koji did live here with his mom, and not really seeing mom's spirit around. He also mentioned that he was pretty sure that there was an agent of the necromancer among the wardens that we still haven't found out. But a bunch of weird shit. Just saying. Putting it out there.
So this is a bit of a confusing Mexican standoff.
It really is.
You're not quite sure who's on which side here.
Yeah.
It's the Spider-Man meme, like, ooh.
Have a jackhammer feather.
Yeah.
Soto, can you try calling Koji over? Maybe he can hear you? Resonate with your ancestry? I don't know, man.
He would just take a moment to recompose himself as best as he can and say, I'm not sure what that would accomplish, but I could try. And he'll still not letting go. It's very important. He's not letting go. He'll just try to address Koji, I guess. Like great,
Koji.
like something like Great Spirit. I'm a descendant of one who helped you a millennia ago. Would you come over and speak to a
Padme
foe?
interrupts you when you say helped you, and she says, "You mean imprisoned him?"
The technicalities are not important right now. Will you
That
let
is
me finish?
The entire point of this.
Fine. Associated with. Is that correction better?
Her friendly demeanor when you first met her is completely gone now. And her face is like just a block of ice, just kind of cold and staring and very suspicious of a lot of you.
Could I move over to Padme to be standing next to her? And I want to ask her, Elder Padme, could you tell me, you say that Spiritsong was a lie, that it was bad, and that it imprisoned Koji. But Ruth is singing it, has been singing it here, and that seemed okay with you. So is the song itself bad, or there's a negative effect, or is it just the method by which the Spiritsong as we've known it all these years was created, the imprisonment?
The Spiritsong is it's just a song sung by two children here by this waterfall. Without being imprisoned within that heart knot, it cannot echo throughout the entire dream, but it's simply localized here for us to enjoy. My main goal is to prevent any further children from being imprisoned.
Cool. So what about another necromantic war and all the children that will die from that? Where's your guilt sit with that blood, Elder Padme?
At what cost, though? Ask your friend if he's willing to sacrifice his daughter to prevent this war.
We don't know if that needs to happen. You don't know that for sure. You trusted the words of a man who might not even be who he said he is. And you killed brothers and sisters, wardens that you protected the Dreamwood with.
And why not try to speak to the other elders? If Kieran's evidence was enough to convince you after dedicating your life to the same cause, why not try to explain it to the others?
I cannot return after what I've done.
I mean, before making that decision, if you'd shown them the same evidence before doing that, would you not have trusted?
Have you met the other elders?
We have, briefly, although Elder Lily has since passed away.
She looks surprised when you say that.
Elder Miko told us that she was killed.
I'm truly sorry to hear that. A little concerning. But that is neither here nor there. The fact that we must deal with now is how you are to end this.
If you freed the spirit, can you speak to it? Maybe it can give us some sort of answer, something, anything.
I have spoken with Koji as well as I can. He's confused after all this time, still trying to understand. He's driven more by emotion than by rational, logical thought at this time still. He has been singing the Spiritsong for 1,000 years. It's all he knows.
If Koji knows the song, and now Ruth is singing the song, then who's to say that they need to be imprisoned for it to be heard?
Precisely my point.
But that doesn't mean destroying the spirits. You know, it would be cool if there was just like something that everyone could have, maybe in like a disc form that played music. You know? Or if
you speak of magics I'm not familiar with. But Silverberry or Crown, whoever it was, assured me that when you arrived that you would have the key to ensure that this never happened again.
Yeah, well, I guess we can't trust everybody, huh?
I'm not so sure that he was wrong. I think that we have gone from friends to terse acquaintances back to somewhat a vagabond team of working together people for the same cause.
Called friends. Lady.
It's just none of us want Ruth to die. That's why are we so angry at each other? None of us want.
Yeah, I feel like we need to have a conversation with Crowberry.
Ruth says, I'm not going to die. I'm just going to stay here with Koji and sing. I still have much to learn, Daddy. I don't want to go home yet.
Hey, wouldn't it be so nice if like Merle came to the waterfall and lived there and never had to see any of the wine that's going to show up very soon?
Yeah, that would be great. I kind of had an idea. Okay, flipping the script a little bit. Instead of appealing to Koji as, "Hey, I was unrelated to one of the ancestors that like maybe imprisoned you or whatever," can I just have Soto put out just into the ether with his emotions? I'm the father of this very special girl. As her new friend, can we talk? Basically.
And you're putting that out to Koji, those vibes?
Yes.
Okay.
Hoping that works.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
I'll say with advantage.
Oh, okay. +0. Better be good.
Big emotional vibes.
Big feelings. Let's go.
All right, Soto's rolling well tonight.
Yeah.
So you see Koji
So strong.
feeling your vibe, starts making their way over. Pookie sees this, holds up a massive hand to stop Koji.
Oh shit.
And Koji
Bog
stops.
steps at Pookie. Just one step closer to Pookie. I'd say I'm about 5 paces away right now.
Is he still looking at me? Is he still looking at me?
Well, now his attention is a little split. He's looking at you, making sure Koji's not coming any closer. It's pretty apparent that to all of you, he's extremely protective of Koji and Ruth. And he obviously sees Kokoro as a threat, clear and present danger.
Soto will just say to Pookie, please, I just need to talk to him, please. We don't mean any harm. Please.
Bog will take one step back.
I'll put the box down
Freaking
on like the floor near me.
Okay.
And I'll take one
Go ahead.
step forward and see what he does.
Pookie
Without
watches
me.
you. Pookie watches you put the box down. Padme sees this and asks, "What's in the box?"
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's in a box.
Is that the key?
I don't know. Is he?
Show it to me.
Might be the lock.
You don't preserve it.
Oh my god.
Tell me why I should show you that. You want to see it? Look at him. That's what it looks like. Surprise!
You have a small one of him in that box?
No. What are you, daft?
What's in the box? This could be what
Okay, I'll tell
Silverberry
you.
meant.
It's called Nunya. Silverberry told me I couldn't show it to anybody until he showed up. But he seems to trust you.
She's looking at you and says, "He's not coming." Or do you know something I don't? Is he coming?
That's not what he told me. He just said, I can't show anybody the Nunya.
What's a Nunya?
It's none of your business, Padme. You're not seeing what's in the box.
Oh
I knew it. The setup. Oh my god.
Let's see. Clearly frustrated with a lot of you. Just why don't you just go then? You're clearly not helping here. Take your daughter and go.
I wasn't going to ask for your permission anyway, but thank you.
Working together for a common goal, people.
I don't really know. I don't really know what side she's on.
Yes. Elder Padme, I think everyone's just a little bit, suspicious because while we all agree we don't want to imprison anyone and we definitely don't want any harm to come to Ruth, it seems like the person who set all this up was the leader of the necromantic armies, Bromine, so we're all a little bit
So you
concerned.
say, what evidence do you have of that?
Well, I mean, my reason for telling you that is just to explain why we are conflicted about what all this means.
As far as
But
I know, Silverberry came to me to tell me, w- along with his head archivist, the evil of the Spiritsong. And it was my duty as Elder Warden to end that evil, which I have done. And he promised me that you would be here to ensure it never happens again. You are here, but you clearly don't know how to. All you have is this Nunya.
What we're trying to say, Elder Padme, is that an evil to an evil person is a good to us.
and that we don't, I mean, and I don't even know, like, that Crowberry is necessarily evil now, but I don't want to assume they aren't. I don't know, like, what are the repercussions of destroying something like that could be used in a different way, maybe, and prevent hordes of undead from harming people? I don't know, like,
If there is such an entity out there, if Cromine is alive, then we'll deal with him as the peoples of the Dreamwood.
You'll deal with him.
We all will.
Hmm.
Just-
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
Great last time.
would you come back to Joa if that were the case after everything that's happened?
I don't think the wardens of Joa would understand or forgive my actions.
You seem to understand that there is an evilness to your actions.
It is the lesser of two.
Agent of the Necromancer.
So go. Take your child and go. And if that thing won't let you, then deal with it. But you really are of apparently no use to me here.
I take another step forward. What does Poogie do?
Pookie takes his hand off Ruth's shoulder. But Ruth desperately tries to turn around and reaches out for Pookie.
Not letting go.
All right. But Pookie takes a step back away from you. But you're not holding the box anymore, though, right?
No, the box is on the floor.
Okay, then in that case, he takes a step back, sees that you're not holding the box anymore, and then takes a step back forward. And Ruth is saying, "Daddy, let me go. Let me go, Daddy. Please."
I can't do that. No, I can't. I can't let you go.
Ruth, why do you want to stay here to sing the song?
The song is the only thing that matters.
Why? Didn't you care about a lot of other things yesterday? What's changed?
Koji has taught me the song, or at least part of it. I have more to learn still, but I'd really like to learn. Daddy, please let me stay. I have to stay.
Can you sing the part that you know?
Yeah? Yes? Can you put me down, Daddy?
He doesn't want to. I mean, yeah, he doesn't want to, but I think after hearing that she said the song is the only thing that matters, I think that some of the strength would just like leave his arms and he would just kind of give up a little bit. So she'd probably be able to wiggle her way out.
Okay. She gets down to her feet. She kind of gives your hand a squeeze as she does that. And she starts singing. And it's probably the most beautiful sound you have ever heard in your life.
I am going to try to commit that sound to memory.
I'm gonna take out the lute and also try just accompany her. Try to learn the melody.
Okay.
So she's just crying.
And Padme's saying, "What's going on here? We're supposed to stop this nonsense. Why are you encouraging her?"
I thought you said that this is where they could sing the song safely.
They can, but I mean, what's the point? Just go.
In her happiness?
No. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Listen, lady, you signed up for this without knowing what was going to happen or with who or what time, right? You just believed the words of a man, and then now you're here, and now we're here.
So,
and we're not here with an answer, and we're not here with definition. Like, we're here to figure it out.
So,
right?
in all of this time, she has not gotten up. She's always been sitting cross-legged on the stone in front of you. She raises her left hand towards the box that you had dropped, holds her hand out, and the box comes to her hand.
Ooh.
What?
And
don't open that while she's singing the song. I'm going to interject. I'm going to say it quickly, and I'll put my hand on the lid of it.
Because you're right next to her.
She's holding the box in her left hand, looking straight at you, Harlow. Says, "What is in this box?"
I'm going to look at Kokoro, and I'm going to shrug. Like, do you want to tell her?
I'll minor illusion the feather, but I'll pretend like I'm taking it out of my pocket.
And so, what is that? A feather?
That's what it is.
The Nunya.
The Nunya is a feather?
No, this comes from the Nunya. It's a rare bird folk.
And she's like, so, a feather belongs to that. And she points to Pookie.
We assume so. It's really the only thing that fits.
I think now, because of the way that Pookie's reacted and because the feather started glowing and my dragonfly that reacts to the Spiritsong started glowing, and Pookie hates the feather. Pookie hated. I think it's supposed to be the new heart knot, and that's why I do not want you to open the box.
Also, what does Pookie do when she just fucking yoinked that box?
He's watching her very closely. And when you say that this could be the new heart knot, she says, "Well, then we must destroy it."
I'm going to look back at Kokoro. I'm leaving my paw on the lid. Keep it shut. I'm going to look around at everybody.
If this is what has gotten that massive creature so angry, if this truly is what you say it is, then this might be what Professor Silverberry mentioned, that you would be here to destroy it.
We could have destroyed it anywhere. Why would we need to be here in this waterfall?
I don't know.
Neither do we. That's why we're here.
Then I'll destroy it myself then.
How do you know that's the answer? What if you doing that sets everything even worse?
What other choice do we have?
Can
Not murdering people. Out
What I'm
there.
talking about is destroying the Nunya.
What have I done?
The new MacGuffin is the Nunya.
Bug.
Can anyone do any kind of magic to like identify the feather and see if it has an existing purpose or magical effect or something? Or did you do that already, Kokoro?
I feel like we tried that before, and Enid tried.
Okay.
We haven't done that yet. Wow, we're idiots. Above table. But
We
no.
can at least see like what the heck
can-
is it?
Can anybody identify this?
If that's something you want me to do.
I mean, it'd hopefully give us an idea of what to do.
I'll take out one of my pile of Soto's feathers.
Yeah, the stress pile. Mm-hmm.
In fact, I would have like written on it stress pile of feathers.
That's
Harlow,
accurate.
can you bring the box to your very best friend Enid so you two can be very comfortable doing this?
Sure. And I'm gonna like lean in real close, Kokoro. Like, please never tell Soto that I've had one of your feathers this whole time from when we met in the copper vat. And I'm gonna walk over with the box to Enid.
Does Padme let go of the box?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so she's not a fucking psycho. Good.
I mean, she's a little bit of a fucking
No, yeah. I'm not. She's not up the hook yet. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get after that Nunya, but you know.
This is some weird, great ass moral standards
Bro,
that we're swimming in the soup of.
anxiety is what I'm swimming in.
All right. So Enid, you use one of Soto's stress feathers to cast Identify. Now,
Before we open the box, just want to make sure, like, I'm not going to open it if Ruth is still singing. So
Don't
we
trigger
want to
anything.
ask her to not sing anymore before we do that. Just for a minute.
okay,
Do I
she
have
stops.
to open the box?
Yeah, you have.
Identify?
Yeah, you have to handle the object.
I'll go close to you. What is Pookie doing?
Pookie's watching you intently.
Bog
I've
is
like-
watching Pookie intently.
I have like my hands up so he could see that I ain't trying no shit. I'm just here to make sure that Padme can't see what we're doing.
Okay. When Ruth stops singing, she moves to Pookie
Ah, that hurts.
So
and
sorry.
just kind of snuggles up in his belly.
That hurts, man.
You have like 6 other kids, bro.
Only 2 other ones.
All right. Enid, you spend. This is a ritual casting, right? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, if we want to spend an hour.
It's
on it?
10 minutes. I think it's 10 minutes for
10
the ritual
minutes?
cast. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you open the box. Inside lies the purple feather. You take the feather out. To your touch, it is not vibrating. It is not hot. It just seems like a normal feather. You cast Identify on it. It is clearly linked to Pookie. It is clearly linked to Kokoro.
How is it linked to both of us?
There's a bond between you, manifested through this feather. With it, you can command and control Pookie. You could also destroy him.
Why does he look so mad at me though? You know what I'm saying?
But
It's not like I asked him to run into a house on fire.
I mean, we kind of did. Yeah.
But yeah, it is not a container for a soul or anything of that nature.
Woo!
Does it
But now we have to kill
Yeah.
Padme because she knows everything.
does it have some sort of necromantic magic on it? Or is it just this bond between?
It is just the bond between Kokoro.
So this fox lady gave me this, and she said a patron wanted me to have this. Somebody hired her to bring this to me.
That bond through your identify spell is because of Kokoro's lineage.
So if I destroy the feather, we lose the bond. And then Pookie's free to do whatever, or that might kill. No, if we destroy the feather, that destroys Pookie.
That destroys Pookie.
Cool. No fucking anxiety for me or anything.
Well-
Can I communicate this with him? Can anybody communicate this with him? Like,
Well, I haven't even told you yet, so
So this is all that Nina said right now.
sorry.
I tell Kokoro, but like, I want to not let Padme know.
Okay. You guys can retreat a little way off to have your private discussion.
It represents the bond between you and also Carmine. Pookie. If you destroy it, it destroys Pookie, which is I don't think something we want to do.
And I keep adding to this, but Crowmine created Pookie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Crownmine created Pookie.
But this version of Pookie or Pookie in general?
This version of Pookie.
In
Okay,
Pookie's
not the original one.
Not the OG, not the small one.
So
The
maybe
OG
this
was with a root.
maybe
But,
this is a good version of Pookie then.
but Pookie's protecting those that are singing the song, right? So why does Crowmire want the song to continue?
Because he does. I mean, according to what we remember, the Necromantic Wars originally started because the only way to stop the Necromantic Wars was the Spirit Song. So if the Spirit Song is not echoing through the Dreamwood, it's just localized to these kids, then he's free to do whatever he wants. And like if this giant gorilla plushie is babysitting these kids, like he looks terrifying. Maybe that was his intention, which is to create something so scary that. But then, like, who's the patron that hired Scarlet to give me control over this thing?
Carmine.
Makes no sense. Why would he want to give me control over the thing that he wanted in the first place?
Someone in
Do
your
we-
lineage, maybe not necessarily Crowmine, just someone in your lineage.
Do we know, like, historically, like the Necromantic Wars, how they started? Was it like, were necromancers like hunted down or something? Like, or did they start it?
No, there was a branch of magic, of necromancers that actually started at the Luminarium. There was a sect there, but because their magics were deemed contrary to the Amaranthine gods, they were outlawed. So they went into hiding, and then from there they continued to practice and grew in power and started the war to get their way.
Okay. So, I mean, at this point, maybe they don't like need a war in armies. They just want balance and the ability to exist. Like if Cromine just wants to be able to do his thing.
What is his
Check
thing? Animating dead professors and fucking doing crazy shit, having wardens
Maybe.
kill each other.
But my dad mouse is a necromantic spell on him to exist. And like
What if Carmine did that to your dad to keep him
maybe
from doing stuff because he knows that your dad is awesome? You're awesome.
true. Like I don't thank you.
Scoops up Ruth and flies across the pond.
Ooh, goodbye.
And Soso just gives up and probably plants into the ground.
Shut up. can we, like, I don't know. I think that your theory is good. We don't know what Crowberry's actual intentions are. We don't know why he did any of these things. We only know what are the effects right now and what are the consequences of going against that. So, I don't know. I feel like we can all agree nobody wants to entrap Ruth for 1,000 years in any kind of object of any kind. That
Oh,
seems
there
happy.
has to be another way. I mean, 1,000 years ago, maybe that's like the only technology that they have. But now we have discs where we could put songs on.
Maybe that. Okay, when I get to level 5, I know what I'm inventing as my next gadget.
Fucking Walkman.
Well, I was thinking more, the kind where, like, I don't know, you have something that you put on it and it vibrates and there's a big...
Fucking gramophone.
Okay, so
Here's another idea, right? So we know that shit's going down in the Outer Islands, right? So do we think that Ruth is safe here with Warden Killer and Pookie and Koji Spirit?
well,
Or do we bring them with us to the Outer Islands?
I think we know they're safe. I think we gotta find other pieces of the puzzle.
yeah, I think, and we know there's a portal here and there's a portal at the outpost. So, and the elders can use the portals. Padme did. Maybe Padme could send us to the outpost and we can find more information at the Out Islands and speak to the professors. Crowberry could be out there, and we know that Tuttle and Professor Zuko and who was the other one, the warden, your sibling Soto, are out there also gathering information.
I forget which one went over there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll look
Yeah.
back in the notes.
But
Archivist is with...
Rochester.
gotcha. So if we make sure that Ruth is safe, however we decide that looks, we should ask Elder Padme to send us there, maybe?
Well, I've been really rude to that lady, so not gonna be me.
I'm guessing if we explain it all to her.
It's gonna be a tough relationship for me to repair. I will do what the group does.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think that makes sense because, like, I mean, she's saying that we're supposed to be here with the key. Maybe we are supposed to be here, but we just don't have whatever we're supposed to have.
I think the key is the scroll that me and Enid have that has part of the song, that has the spell that made the Spiritsong from before. Right? That's what's on the scroll, right?
It's just there's 4 pages. I have the first page.
Yeah.
Were Kokoro or I able to try to learn some of the melody of what Ruth was singing?
Yeah. And if you even like try to strum a few notes of your own, or Kokoro, you try to mimic it even, you're able to get like mechanically reproduce the sound, but you're unable to reproduce the effect.
Man, I really thought I had you with that shit, but you're smarter than me. But that's good that we can at least reproduce the sound. Because people, I mean, whoever we might run into might not necessarily know that we can't not affect things with that. Because now I know what the feather and what your dragonfly looks like. So if we play that, I can probably
Test it out until it works.
illusion
Hmm.
and make it seem like stuff is reacting to that if we need to at some point.
Good point. And like the bioluminescent moss reacted when you guys played music in the
Yep.
So there's stuff we can do. Okay.
Bago tricks.
All right. So Soto.
He's still on the ground, by the way.
Soto,
Okay.
I just want to interject here. Soto, as you're this rather despondent, given up,
Mhm.
losing your child here, they have started singing again. Can I ask you to make an insight or perception check, Soto?
Sure. Insight
You,
or perception.
yeah, you know, and I'll give you advantage because
Ooh.
Ruth is your daughter. You've raised her since she was a baby. Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, come
Soto.
on. I picked the one I was better at.
Everything that Ruth has said, she wants to stay. The song is the most important thing. This is not Ruth speaking. It is very unlike Ruth. Ruth has always been somebody who loves playing with her siblings, loves being home, loves being around you. So for her to so easily and willingly give all that up to be here to sing a song just seems a little weird to you. And as you look across the pond, you see Koji and Ruth interacting. It's almost as if you can see Koji's power and influence manifesting in Ruth.
Freaking sus. Okay, noted.
And on top of that, Pookie seems to be the one ensuring that this happens.
And that's great. I love that. That's wonderful.
All right. So you guys have regrouped. I'm going to try and wrap this up quickly. You guys seem to have come to some consensus despite this new information from Soto. Do you share this information with anyone, Soto?
I think that he'll share it with Old Bog.
What does Soto say?
He'll say, "No, this is all a trick. I won't let them think that I'm not good enough, that I wasn't there, that we didn't do it right. None of this makes sense. She doesn't act like that. She doesn't speak like that. That's not her."
You would know. You're her dad.
He's still really visibly upset, but he's pretty determined to get that across. That hey, this isn't how she normally is.
Padme says, so what's the verdict then? What is going on here? Are you leaving? If you are leaving, please take your daughter with you.
I can't. She won't listen to me right now.
What do you mean she won't listen? She's your daughter.
Whatever is happening here, that's not Ruth. That's someone else. She's being influenced.
By who?
Maybe you could ask your spirit friend.
Koji's simply singing. That's all he's ever done.
Are you sure?
There is not a malicious ounce in Koji. That is why he was selected for the ritual of the Spiritsong. It makes no sense. Why would he do this? Then she looks across and sees Pookie.
Whatever it is, something isn't right here. And I can't convince her to come with me right now.
I can tell you what isn't right. It is that creature. If it really is a creature of Crowmane, it does not belong here.
Do we bring him with us?
Do we destroy him outright?
At the very least, we need to make sure that we get Ruth away from E. So
Let's. I can have him bring them back. How can we? I mean, it's just a feather, right? Enid, can you burn this?
The feather?
After we bring them here.
Can? Yes. Willing to. That's something you.
It's not. I mean, it's not me, right? So this thing was made by Carmine, linked to my lineage. Clearly, Ruth is not Ruth. There is now the theory that this creature is making Ruth not Ruth, but also like Koji has such, like, I don't know, power, right? Like it was him that resonated the Spiritsong through the Dreamwood. So his influence over Ruth is not, I wouldn't say, I mean, if it's like, I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's intentional either. Maybe that's just the power of the song and the source of it, right? So if it's not, if you that doesn't sound like your daughter, like maybe she is being influenced, but like who's to say that it's Pookie that's affecting it negatively? Well, Pookie seems like he just wants to protect both of them, but he's also created by someone who's bad. So we're really stuck between like a rock and a hard place here.
It seems that Crowberry and Pookie, who is for sure made by Carmine, represent opposing ideals surrounded around the same person. So one conclusion is not necessarily false, but I think Old Bog was correct when he said that we don't have all of the puzzle pieces.
Well, this lady needs an answer
This lady needs an answer.
because she's the only one that could transport us to where we need to go. And she's not very fond of the creature. And also, if you think about it, if we do find Crowberry, he's going to have way more control over the creature he created than this little feather is going to get.
Yeah, how did we wind up with a feather that controls a creature that the
I,
necromancer created?
Fox in an alley gave me the box.
Yeah,
She
who's trying to subvert the necromancer?
He
She
wants
said she
you
was
to feel
hired by
safe
patron.
with the
I tried asking those questions. She did not give me a single answer. And it was very mysterious, very smoky, very scarlet. Bitch.
if Elder Padme will open the portal for us, we could use the feather to make sure Pookie doesn't go through the portal. And at the absolute like, even if he flies straight back to Joa, we have a couple of days before he got there, before we could decide if we wanted to destroy the feather. Up to you, your feather, but at minimum, I think Ruth needs to get somewhere safe away from Pookie and hidden somewhere that Pookie can't find her if we don't destroy it.
What does everybody think? This is not up to me.
Who is it up to?
All of us. We're all linked. We're all in this. Right? Like, who am I to say that I decide what things go? No, that's not what it is.
Could we maybe use the feather to make Pookie take us to Crowmine?
I feel like that would take a lot longer than a portal would, no?
Yeah, true. But like he kind of told us where to go with the waterfall and stuff and point at things to find Koji. Like, if he knows where he was made, maybe we can get some information out of him that way.
Ask him yes or no questions.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like Cromine would be super offended if Pookie was gone, just probably mad that his plans were disrupted.
Alright, so Pookie gets destroyed. Ruth goes home with Soto. What happens to Koji? Pookie gets destroyed. Koji won't let Ruth go home. Soto.
Open the portal. Using Pookie Feather to ensure Pookie doesn't stop Ruth from going through the portal. Destroy Pookie after that if we want to. Avoid that particular issue. We don't know what's up with Koji, though.
Can you all make an insight check for me, please? Kokoro, you can do it with advantage.
Oh, let's
Who got the nat 20?
me. Let's go.
Hey,
Get it last
And
time.
a 19. Oh my gosh. Now the rolls come out.
here we go.
End of the night.
We needed them.
Okay.
Light activated.
All right. So you guys are debating this and trying to figure out what's gonna happen to everyone. You can all sense it. Koji's life force, if you can call it that, is fading. He is pumping everything he has into Ruth. And Pookie is going to make sure it happens.
God damn it. How come my kid has to be the conduit?
And this ritual, because that's what you understand this to be with the natural 20, is almost complete.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What are you saying? Saying things.
Use the feather, make Pookie bring Ruth over here. I will explain this to Padme right now. We send Ruth through the portal instantly. Doesn't matter what else goes on. Ruth needs to get away from Pookie and Koji. Destroy Pookie instantly.
Have you ever?
Koji can't transfer his life force. Koji dies. Greenwood falls into state of chaos.
Also,
Well-
have you ever met someone who was the conduit of a ritual and then stopped the ritual halfway through? What happens to that person?
They either become a zombie, they die, or they become themselves. It's literally just a fucking dice roll. Hashtag D&D.
Oh my god.
I feel like the Charlie Day meme.
What do we do? What do we do? What's the play? I'm not her dad. This is not my call.
I don't necessarily think Ruth being the conduit is the issue. Having her have Koji's power and having the power of the Spiritsong isn't necessarily bad. It's about the trapping that power inside something that we don't want.
So we're saying let the ritual finish, have Koji.
Hell no. The ritual is making her be weird. Soto says she's all
What if-
weird now.
Here's the thing. What if she becomes Ruth after the ritual? Maybe she's weird because the ritual is happening right now. What if
Look,
after the ritual
All
she's
I know from all my experiments and everything that I've learned in the scientific world up until this moment in my life is that if you're doing an experiment and you add something and it has a negative effect, take the thing back away. That's the immediate interaction. Because let it finish, who knows what the result will be? There's no reason to think that the thing that's changing her now will stop changing her.
What if Pookie steals Ruth and flies away to Cromine once the Spiritsong has been transferred into Ruth?
Koji's light is almost gone. You have 2 minutes to decide what to do.
I'm gonna call him over here. We can figure it out.
Padme, Padme, can you open a portal to the Yingzing outpost?
2 minutes. I thought we
Get the hell
had
outta here.
something.
So Padme's saying, "What the fuck? No." uh, um. So what do you do, Coker? Do you order Pookie to bring Ruth?
Stop the ritual. Ruth didn't consent to this.
Yeah, I'll bring him over. I'll grab the feather and I'll say, "Come here now, with them."
All right. There is a look of pure hatred.
I don't give a fuck. He needs to
Pookie's
get here
face.
right now.
And are you near Padme when you summon him over? Or are you still keeping a little distance?
I think, yeah, no. I think Harlow was closer to Padme.
Okay.
I'm still like by Old Bog.
All right. So
Holy shit, man.
you can feel as you hold this feather in your hand, it is almost untouchable right now. It is so hot.
Grabbing Old Bog staff
um,
just to keep myself up.
so he reluctantly scoops Ruth up and flies back over. Koji, kind of coming along for the ride, hovering. They have not stopped singing. The ritual continues.
Tell her to stop singing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cast silence on Ruth.
All right. You cast silence on Ruth.
Oh shit, I hope that works.
Does it move with her?
I don't fucking know.
Yes, yeah, it does.
I gotta Google silence.
I am intimately aware with the mechanics of silence. Yes, it does.
Have to be created within or pass through a 20-foot
It was
radius.
very smart to cast it on Ruth, otherwise it would just be an area effect. But now, because it's on Ruth, it moves with her in a 30 sphere.
Nice.
All right. So the song falls silent.
I may have bought us some time.
What's the duration of silence?
10 minutes.
The
Better than
feather in your hand. As you cast silence, Pookie is glaring at you. It starts to disintegrate. Your bond between Pookie through this feather is starting to fray. Go ahead and make an insight check for me, Kokoro, with advantage.
Oh my
As you're
god.
bonded to this thing.
I'm so scared.
Okay. I'm just gonna click it twice because I don't really remember how to do that.
All right.
Thing.
You realize you're commanding it, and your actions are contrary to what Pookie was built for. And that's what's causing this tension. That's what's causing the feather to start disintegrating, and you will soon lose control of Pookie.
I can always cast it again. Okay. I mean, I have to drop silence.
Okay. So you want to keep. You drop silence to prevent the feather from being destroyed.
Fully. Is he also disintegrating?
Yes, you see clumps of feathers falling off as the silence progressed.
I'm so getting disowned.
Okay. I mean,
Silence is off. The song continues.
they didn't stop singing after the silence. They just kept singing through the
They're
silence?
almost as if they're in a trance now, as the last few verses of the Spirit song get transferred from Koji to Ruth.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna order Pookie to cover her mouth.
Okay. This is going to be contested charisma check.
Oh, you came to the wrong motherfucking show. I'm gonna definitely be using the Kegurigo on that.
As he tries to break control from your command.
I'm manifesting this for you.
Well, I will tell you where am I. So I'll be rolling that with advantage. What is it? Just you said contested charisma check?
Yep, it's just a charisma check.
Where is normal charisma? Okay.
Oh,
I am your motherfucking master. Bow to your lineage, God.
Oh, those are saving throws. I just need a check.
oh
Son of a
shit!
bitch.
Now he used it all. He used all the.
Where do I? Oh, up here. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Damn it.
That's okay.
Same.
All
Okay,
right.
the first one was the same though.
Yeah.
All right. So why do you have advantage on this, by the way?
Because I have Kanku Recall, which lets me. Oh, is it a skill technically?
No, it's not. It's
Okay,
it's an ability check.
It's just an ability check.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't roll.
I'll take the first roll then, which is a dirty 20. So I need a nat 20 here to beat you.
You tried.
Egotistical statements remain.
All right. So he's unable to break the bond. So he covers Ruth's mouth. The bond is still fraying between you and Pookie.
So the feather is still disintegrating?
Yeah, he had to obey you, but he's fighting it. And the fighting is causing that bond to fray.
Okay. I really think this has to happen then. I don't see any other way.
All right. So I think that's where we're going to leave it today.
Thank you. I don't think I could take much more of that.
It's after midnight. I kept you guys long enough. And
Tortured.
We'll pick it up there
Holy
in 2
crap,
weeks to determine whether or not the transfer of the Spiritsong gets completed and Ruth becoming the new vessel for it,
Screwed, man.
or if you somehow find a way to stop Pookie and this transfer
Change his
from
name
happening,
again.
and the consequences of whichever decision you guys choose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What does it all mean?
We don't know.
I know.
That's the stressful part.
Man.
All right.
Here's the thing: like, if she becomes the vessel, then like we can protect her, and like we would become kind of like her guardians because she.
Yeah, but Ruth didn't sign up for that.
I guess we'll see.
All
We're
right.
back
I'm just
to-
going to close out the stream here. So that,
Sorry,
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
but thanks for watching. So this was a long one, and we still need a decision from the players.
That
but
mouse.
That
We're
mouse
gonna-
confirmed.
we're going to wrap that up next session and see what happens. See you guys in 2 weeks.